Hey everybody, what's going on? Real quick before we get into it, I want to let you guys know I do have a giveaway going right now. 5 of you can win 540 gems. If you want the details, I'll card it up there. Go check out that video. It's the first half of the video. Really, I explain the details of the giveaway and how to get in on it. So if you want to do that, go check out that video, get entered, and then come back here and we're going to check out old Cillian. Old Cillian, who I think I've called Cillian a couple times, but then it occurred to me Cillian Murphy's a person. And his name's spelled just like this. So it's probably Cillian. But I wanted to let you guys see what this guy looks like in action. We're still very early in the fusion, so maybe this can help you decide if this is someone that you're going to want to go for or if you're going to want to pass on. Now, again, I think that the way that this fusion looks so far is pretty good. Pretty good. We'll see what they do, right? Historically, it would be a little irresponsible to get too optimistic right now, but hopefully they'll leave it like it is. But anyway, let's check this dude out real quick. Again, look at his skills. We've looked at him a couple times, but real quick, he has a first turn speed break and first turn meter knockback. Skilled up, that's a 50% chance. It's not bad. It's not bad, right? A2 has the 4-turn block cooldown skills with a 35% chance to spread to AoE, right? So with his masteries, that goes to 5 turns and 2 turns potentially AoE. Very handy in a few certain situations that we're going to take a look at. And then his A3 has a 75% chance to stun, has a 25% chance of stunning for 2 turns instead, and stealing turn meter. If it kills someone, it resets the cooldown. And this one can smack. This one can straight up smack, man. He's almost one-shotting people in waves and dungeons. And then here, every turn he buffs himself with one of these buffs for 2 turns, and because of his masteries, which look like this, I have extend buffs and extend debuffs on him. So now we're talking about a lot of potential stuff getting put on everywhere, right? So if you want to see what I've done with his masteries, it's this. I gave him a little bit of lifesteal because I'm giving him War Master. Since we're building him as an attacker and taking him into places where he's going to be in a little bit of danger because he's an attacker, I thought maybe a little bit of lifesteal might not be a bad idea for when he procs this. And then we're just going to have some support with him. We gave him the heal himself the first time an enemy's killed each round. Just a little bit of things we can throw in to give him a little bit of support. And then mainly what I was going for here was the buff and debuff extension. But this is also nice too. Decreases turn meter when this champ hits him for the first time. It just adds to the turn meter knockback potential in the first skill for the first hit. Again, little things that add up over time, right? But that's what he looks like if you want an idea of what I went for with the masteries. And then with the gear, I didn't want to go too crazy on him, right? I'm not necessarily trying to show you what he can do at absolute max level or anything. So we just threw some stuff on him. I didn't hammer hard on crit rate. I figure he'll crit when he crits and it'll be what it is. And other than that, just a little speed, accuracy. I really wanted to get the accuracy. We got a little bit of HP on him in the subs. Attack's okay, and speed. Then we wanted him fast, right? We want him going a lot. Get that turn meter knockback when it's applicable. Land his debuffs, do his thing, right? So we're just gonna bounce through the dungeons, take a look at how he does, talk a little bit about it as it's going on, and see what we think about him. So I'll see you guys in Ice Golem. All right, so here we are in wave 2. What the ideal situation here is that he lands his block cooldown debuff and that it spreads to everyone, because we don't, in a perfect situation, he keeps him from getting block debuffs up. Now, it's not going to happen this time. I'm sorry, I said block debuffs. I meant block cooldown skills. It's not happening this time, which is a bummer, okay? That's the ideal situation. Maybe we could set him up on a little bit more of a speedy, maybe run him with Seer and maybe get him here when his cooldowns are ready to roll, and he can put that up, because he's for sure going to kill himself. Now, Arbiter is going to bring him back, so it's not that big of a deal here. But I think maybe if I took someone out for Seer, then it might set him up to do that, because that's where he's really going to be helpful. And then he's also really helpful in here. Arbiter will bring him back eventually, I'm sure. And we'll get to see what he can do. But watch how much damage he does here to the ad. 115,000. That's not bad, and it's not like he's got insane gear on himself or anything. He's just got some pretty basic little sets and some pretty easy to obtain stats. Maybe the speed is a little bit higher than a few of you can hit. But as far as attack and all that, it's not through the roof. It's not that hard to obtain. Just I bet this dude with some god tier gear, I bet he can smack. So I would be interested to see that. Now, again, what I'm not going for in this video is showing you how to use him with like free-to-play type teams or anything. We're more just seeing him in action. I'm letting you see what he looks like to kind of help you decide if you want him. If you guys are interested, if enough of you decide that you want to go for this fusion and you're interested, I will put together some free-to-play teams. You know, I would imagine he would do some nice things with Rosin, who is another free-to-play legendary you can get, and then you know maybe the Frozen Banshee, you know the new Frozen chicks. Some of the stuff we can get our hands on for free or that are not too hard to obtain. I can put together some teams for these dungeons, including these champs, if there's enough interest. I don't even know how popular Cillian's going to be, to be honest. I don't feel like he's been you know, blowing anybody's numbers through the roof that's been making videos about him. So unfortunately, I think that might be the state of things right now. But if Raid can, if Plarium, there's some small little glimpses of hope in what they've done very recently. So again, I think it's a little bit probably irresponsible even to get optimistic now, but you know, you kind of always have it, right? You kind of always have a little bit of optimism that they'll turn it around. But boy, is it dangerous. Is it dangerous to get invested in this fusion? So, I mean, about a 4-minute run. I'm interested to see what kind of damage he put out here. We had some decent support with him. Like, we kept him alive pretty well. So, let's see. He did 1.3, and Draco did 1.8. And he was dead for a little bit. So there's a few turns he didn't even get to do anything. That's not... I thought Draco would blow him away a bit more than that, especially since he was dead for a little bit. That's pretty good damage output. That's pretty good damage output, actually. And he's fun, man. I don't know if you noticed, he threw block debuffs on... I keep saying block debuffs for everything. He put block damage up on himself a few times, which is really, really handy. Because again, everything he puts on himself, he puts up for 2 turns, right? So strength and block damage are both really, really handy. They're really going to help him out a lot in these dungeons. Then he's got the crit rate or crit damage. We've got the buff extension, so some of these buffs are going to, you know, these buffs are going to start running up onto each other, you know, 2 and 3 at a time. He's cool, man. I'll go ahead and throw it in now at this point in the video. I think he's cool. I think he's the appropriate amount of cool for how difficult this fusion seems. This seems to be their easiest fusion so far, okay? He's not game-breaking. He's not super game-changing, but he is a lot of fun. I have to say he's a lot of fun. I think he's really cool. He's got a really cool skill set. And I do think that he's useful for any stage in the game. I think if you got him early game all the way to end game, there are some things that you could do with this guy that are going to benefit you. I think they... I feel like this is going to come back to bite me. I feel like they nailed it on this one. I think they did a good job on this fusion all around. Champion is cool. It's too early to say. It's too early to speak on the difficulty of the fusion. However, if it stays looking like it looks now, I will tip my hat. I will tip my hat. Let's pop in the dragon and take a look. All right, so we're here at the dragon now. Now, there's not much for Cillian to do here, right? He can't knock back turn meter. We can't put up a slow. I don't think he can put block cooldown skills. So really all he's going to do here is damage. He can't stun. So all he's going to do here is buff himself and do damage. And we're just going to take an eye. Take a look? Maybe that's what I was trying to say. Take a look at what kind of damage output we can get from it. Now Royal Guard is not going to leave a lot of damage for everybody else here. Royal Guard's going to suck up quite a bit of it. Draco's going to get some of it as the dragon gets a turn. So we didn't actually set Cillian up here to get much, but we're going to see what he does even next to Royal Guard. We're going to see what he's able to output here. He's not really much of a dragon champion. That's a game. But we figure we bring... Yeah, I mean, 500,000. Now, again, he's out-damaging a pretty decent poisoner, and he's hanging around Draco. To be hanging around Draco like that, the way he is really nice, actually. The dude has some decent multipliers. He is smacking hard. So, but again, I mean, 2.1 million from Royal Guard. Royal Guard isn't really leaving a lot of damage to be done for anyone else. So, I wouldn't recommend using the dude in Dragon. We just brought him in because, we're doing our thing. So I'm going to pop over to Fire Knight. We'll take another look. All right, so if this jerk will ever die, we'll be heading into the boss. We could see what he's going to do in here. Now, again, he is weak affinity here, so he's going to struggle a little bit to land the turn meter knockback and everything. However, Allure is also weak affinity here. And if you have her and you don't have her built for Fire Knight, you're missing out because Allure over 200 speed is basically a cheat code for this dungeon. So I'm interested to see if he's if he's gonna be able to do anything at all here. There you go. He's doing it, right? So it won't be as reliable. It won't be as consistent as if it was a different affinity. And it probably won't be as consistent as Allure. But I'll tell you, if you pair these two together, Fire Knight will not get a turn. I have no doubts right now telling you this early in the fight, Fire Knight will not put that shield up again. It's not happening. But between Cillian and Allure, he will not get another turn. So I think he can be useful in here. I think put the hit on him, bring him in here with some good support. If you have Allure, he's not going to replace her in here for sure, but if you pair him up with her, any little bit of slack she might, if she misses, if something goes wrong with her, I think he's going to be able to kind of pick up that slack. But she's definitely the all-star here. But again, he will occasionally do his thing in here too. And like I said, he can still, I'll be interested to see the damage here, actually, if he's getting enough damage output to matter. If he would even be worth actually making for the team, We'll see. We'll see what he does here. He did not do much damage there. Cold Heart, of course, took most of the damage. He did double, which Allure and Arbiter aren't doing damage in Venus. So about a little bit more than half of Venus's damage across the run. Okay. So probably don't build a Fire Knight team around him, right? If you're hurting for turn meter knockback and Allure is not doing it by herself for you, which again, you get the crit on her and you get her over 200 speed and keep her alive to the boss, she will do it for you. She's killer. I don't want this to turn into a video about her, but maybe if you need a little bit of assistance, maybe he can come in and occasionally you can get lucky and he can proc that for you. But that's what he looks like in the 3 main dungeons. All right, so we'll play around in Arena a little bit with him. I put Queen Eva in here because why not? We put Rosin in here because he's free to play too. And I mean, they say Arbiter's free to play. I don't know if I believe it, but so see, this is what I'm talking about right here with him. That's crazy. And here we got the proc. So now Zavia's locked down for 2 turns. She's locked down for 4, which means her passive can't even proc. And these guys can't do anything but A1. Now, the only annoyance here could be him, because he can, if they've got masteries done correctly on him, he's going to knock back turn meter on someone and potentially provoke with his A1, right? But that's crazy. So we'll do this. Okay, that's a problem, because technically her passive is a cooldown skill. I don't know that I think it should have procced, right? Either way. You can see it's kind of a lockdown team. I'm surprised. I guess I'm not surprised, but usually that's what that means. It is a passive, but it has a cooldown, right? So it seems like it should have prevented it from being used. But still, Rosin and this guy together. And you can use Apothecary, I don't know how fast my Apothecary is, but we can bring him in. We'll put in Queen Eva lead for the crit rate. We won't even bring a speed lead, which may be a mistake, but we'll see. Can we survive it? Looks like maybe, because there's a Cold Heart, and I don't think she's going to kill. She killed Queen Eva. How about that? Okay, so now we'll do this. We'll do that. It spread to everyone else and not him. Interesting. We'll reset. We'll heal. We need to kill him. Can we shear him out of here? Yep. I think we're gonna hang on to this one. We'll get him out of here to get rid of the heals. Yeah, we turned it around. So it wasn't really the smartest thing to do to come in here without a speed lead, but we made it happen anyway. Everybody just running speed, huh? This one might be fun. This one might be a fun one to try. All right, so we got shields. We got all kind of stuff going on. So let's go ahead and block cooldown, 5 turns. We can... I'm sure she won't one-shot anybody. So let's go after him. Get the shield off, I guess. Let's reset. We don't need to heal. We'll get Stag Knight out of here. We'll give him a chance to smack. Smack! Ooh! And it resets the cooldown when he kills. That's worth noting. Worth noting, it resets the cooldown. Whirlin won't do anything but A1 for the rest of this fight. Just so you know, 5 turns, he will not do anything for the rest of the fight. All right, we need to try to stun you. You're going to kill Eva if we don't. We can go ahead and turn meter boost. Maybe shed those debuffs. Put the slow on him, so next time we'll try to put it on someone else. We'll ease it on someone else. Let's start working on getting Kale out of here, because he's a threat. Man, that boy does hit, though. All right, let's... Can we do it to you and spread him? We did. It doesn't matter that we got it on Kale, because he's stunned. Let's heal. So these two are locked down. That's dangerous, and he's not even skilled up. It would be a cooldown lower and a higher chance if he was skilled up. That's dangerous stuff. So yeah, they're done. They're done getting turns. Let's heal her. We don't need the speed buff actually. Let's just hit. He's gonna have the cooldown thing back up before Whirlum can actually do anything. We'll shear him. Start working on getting him out of here. Can we just smack him out of here? He's getting low. He's gone now. He's gone now, baby. So that's it. If you get him on a roll, if you get him going, he's gonna lock some folks down. You get his masteries done, and you get a team around him. That's a problem. That is a little bit of a problem. Okay, I was gonna do more arena fights, but I'm not. I'm low enough in gold 4 that there's not really any tough teams. People keep dying before I even get to showcase what Cillian can do, like what the point of the block cooldown skills is. But I think we did get one good fight in there that's gonna make it to this video that shows you what I'm talking about with locking people down. So hopefully that's enough of a display of what he can do in the arena. Cool champ. I really like him. I think he's fun. I think if the fusion stays on track with its current level of difficulty, I think it's appropriate for this type of champ. I think he can be fun no matter when you get him. I think if you're early game all the way through end game, there's probably some cool stuff to be done with him. I do think he's fun. I really like his passive. His block cooldown skills actually has some utility in different ways. You know, wave 2 of Ice Golem, if you can get it up, you can keep reflect damage from going up. In arena, as you saw, it can be really problematic. So I think that he's fun. I say be aware of Plarium's past for sure. Understand that they can flip this on us at any second, right? They can wait till the end of this and flip it, and all of a sudden the last champion's super hard to get. What I'll say about this one that's different is that there are no new champs. We're not waiting on anybody to be released. We're not waiting on someone you couldn't have already had. Everybody that's part of this fusion was already available, okay? That's a little bit different than what we're accustomed to. It's pretty likely if you've been saving your champs that you've got at least a portion of this food. So I think you know, the way that they've structured the events where you can get the rares, and then if you can go a little deeper, you can get one of the epics. Like I said, I don't mind that separation. So I think he's fun. I think he's worth it. I think he's better than people are giving him credit for. Not a bad addition. Not a bad fusion. If it stays on track, I will be thrilled. Tip of the hat to Plarium if it stays on track for sure. So that's it. That's my thoughts on him. Hopefully you got a kick out of getting to see him in action, and maybe it helps you decide if he's someone you want to bother going for or not. If there's enough demand, if you guys are interested, I will start working on some free-to-play teams for Ice Golem and the different things that can be done with him. You know, I think that he's going to pair up nicely with Rosin. I think that there's some cool stuff to do with him, so let me know if you guys want to see that stuff, because we're still really early in the fusion. So now hopefully you've decided if you want to get him. Let me know if you guys want to see him in some free-to-play style teams across different parts of the game, and I will get to work on those. Other than that, be sure you go enter the giveaway that I carded earlier if you're watching this before March 17th. And that's it. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You know the deal. You've been watching YouTube long enough. You know what's up. That's it. I appreciate everybody watching. Go be nice to somebody today. See you guys later.